Ji on the topic of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata Antya khanda, verse 4.346 to verse 367. May I know all have joined this morning?
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashmati Priya Devidasi from Chicago again. And thank you Mataji for beautiful recitation in Dulekha Mataji. And thank you Shivani Mataji. All glories to your services.
Hare Krishna, Yashmati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. All glories to your services, Mataji. Thank you for giving us your beautiful association this morning. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, Srila Prabhupada. This is Preeti Vilasini Devidasi from Atlanta. Thank you, Indu, for that very beautiful recitation, and thank you, Shivani Mataji, for your warm.
Hare Krishna, please Vilasini Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you all. All glories to your services, Mataji, and your wonderful, beautiful classes. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, and glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharajas, and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirti Dasandri Dasi. Thank you for your services, Mataji, and thank you, Hindu Mataji, for the very beautiful meditative chant.
Hare Krishna, Kirti Sundari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. So happy to have you on the call and happy that you're feeling better, you and Preeti Vilasini Mataji. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you all. All glories to your services and all the beautiful classes. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Anybody else who would like to introduce themselves? If not, we can chant till Prabhuji comes. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Japa Conference Call. Once again, for this mid-morning session, I would like to start by sharing a quote by Srila Prabhupada Ji before I hand over the call to Prabhuji. Everyone of us is searching for some mellow, some pleasure from everything. Krishna is reservoir of all pleasures. Rasa Vigraha, full personified. Whatever there is Krishna, wherever there is Krishna, there is rasa, a transcendental mellow enjoyment, relishable. Surat, December 17, 1970. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we're very fortunate to have His Grace Ramgiridhari Prabhuji. Prabhuji will be enlightening us on the Sri Caitanya Bhagavata khanda, verse 4.346 to verse 367. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Ramgiridhari Prabhuji, thank you for giving us your valuable time and association. Very happy to have you on the call. Waiting eagerly to hear from you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Now I hand over the call to you. Please take over. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai. I am right now in Shri Radha Madan Mohan. I am right now in Radha Madan Mohan Mandir, ISKCON Navi Mumbai, in the same room as in where Jayapataka Maharaj stayed last 12 days, and we have just dropped him off the airport, and I just rushed back to wind it up, then to give the class. So I'm on my mobile network, so I'm not so sure how accurate and how clear the connection is. So if there is any snag in the connection, please forgive me, and it will be very kind of you if somebody can share the screen for the verses and translations, because to be very honest, I didn't get chance to look at what verses I'm supposed to be discussing today. So
Sorry, Prabhuji, just give me a minute.
yeah, ma, sure. So till the verse comes up, just want to share that we had a exciting 12 days here with His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. In my last 36 years of being in Krishna consciousness, this is the first time I got 12 continuous days of being with my Guru Maharaj and able to perform unbelievably, purifying services. So thanks to all the Vaishnavas who has blessed me to be in Krishna consciousness, and what a wonderful wonderful time I had along with all my congregation devotees. So purifying, so wonderful that got learned a lot of lessons. So I'm genuinely not sure how I'm going to handle this current class. I'm just going to take it up as it comes. It's highly dependent on all the mercy that comes my way. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So we are going to read from verse number 346 through 367 of Chaitanya Bhagavat, chapter 4 of Antya. Hene samaye kushta rogi ekajana prabhura sammukhe asidila darshanam. At that time, one leper came and stood before the Lord. Dandavatahaya padila artanade Doi bahu tuli maharti kari kande. He fell flat before the Lord, raised his two arms and cried pathetically, Samsara uddara lagi tumi kripa maya prithvira majayashi haila uddaya. He said, O merciful Lord, you have appeared in this world to deliver the living entities. Paradukka dheki tumi swabhave kataram Ete ke ayilunun muni tomara gochara. You are by nature unhappy to see the distress of others. Therefore, I have come before you. Kushtaroge pidita jwalaya muni mari balaha upaya more kona mate tari. I am suffering from leprosy and my body is burning. Please tell me how I may be relieved. Suni Mahaprabhu Kushta Rogira Vachanam Balite Lagila Krode Kariya Tarjanam. When Mahaprabhu heard the leper's words, he began to chastise him in an angry mood. Guccha Guccha Mahapapi Vidyamana Haite Tore Dekila O Papa Janma Elokete. Get out of here, you are a great sinner. Leave my sight. Just by seeing you, one incurs sin. The phrase Guccha Guccha means get lost, get lost. Parama dharmika yadi deke tora mukham se divashetahara avasya hayadukam. If even a most pious person sees your face, he will certainly meet with distress that day. Vaishnava papi durachara Iha haite dukkatora kata acheyara. You are the most sinful, wretched blasphemer of Vaishnavas. There is much more misery awaiting you. Text 355. Ye jwala sahitena paradushtamati kema te kariba kumbhipa ke te vasati. O wicked-minded one, you are unable to tolerate this burning pain, so how will tolerate the suffering in Kumbhipaka? Ye Vaishnava name haya sansara pavitra Brahmadi gayena ye Vaishnava charitra. The entire world is purified by chanting the name of a Vaishnava. Personalities headed by Brahma glorify the characteristics of such Vaishnavas. Ye Vaishnava bajile achintya Krishna pai se Vaishnava puja ite badaranai. There is nothing superior to the worship of the Vaishnavas, for by worshipping such Vaishnavas, one attains the inconceivable Lord Krishna. Sesharama ajavava nija deha haite Vaishnava Krishnera priya kahe Bhagavate. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna declares that a Vaishnava is more dear to him than Sesha, Lakshmi, Brahma, Shiva, and his own body. Nata me priyatama atma yonir na sankaranam cha sankarshano na shrir naivatma cha yata bhavan. O Uddhava, neither my son Brahma, nor my form as Shankara, nor my brother Shankarshana, nor my wife Lakshmi is as dear to me as you or a devotee. What's more, even my own self is not as dear. Hena Vaishnavera Ninda Kare Ye Janam Sehi Paya Dukkha Janma Jivana Maranam. Therefore, anyone who blasphemes such a Vaishnava suffers miseries in birth, life, and death. Vidyakula tapasaba vifala tahara Vaishnava nindaye papi durachara. The education, high birth, and austerities of a sinful, wretched person who blasphemes Vaishnavas are all useless. Puja hota Hare Krishna nakare grahana Vaishnavera nindakare ye papista jana. Krishna does not accept the worship of a sinful person who blasphemes Vaishnavas. Ye Vaishnava nachite prithvi danya hayam yandra drishti matra dasha dike papakshayam. When a Vaishnava dances, the earth becomes glorious and his glance counteracts sins in the 10 directions. Ye Vaishnava jana bahu tuliya nachite Swargero sakala vigna gucce bhale mate. When a Vaishnava raises his arms and dances, the inauspiciousness in the heavenly planets is totally vanquished. Reference see Adi Khanda Caitanya, chapter 2, verse 182-184. Text 365. He namaga bhagavata shivasa pandita tui papi ninda kalita hara charita. Srivasa Pandita is such an exalted devotee, yet you are so sinful that you blasphemed him. Ete ketohara kushta jwala kon gajam kajam mula shasta paschate achena dharmaraja. Therefore, this burning pain of leprosy is nothing compared to the punishment you will receive later from Yamaraj. Ete ke amara drishya yogya naha tumi tomara niskritti kari bhare nariyami. You are not fit to be seen by me and I am unable to deliver you. The Vaishnavas are worshipable to all the demigods, worshipable to all human beings, and totally worshipable to all. By blaspheming such Vaishnavas, the blasphemer suffers the pains of leprosy. Kaurasundra said, burning pain and inconvenience resulting from leprosy are only a token punishment for the blasphemer of the Vaishnavas. Yamaraja awards greater punishment. Such a sinful person is never fit to be seen by anyone. The Supreme Lord never delivers such atheistic offenders of Vaishnavas from their sufferings. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So it is so wonderful that we are discussing this topic of importance of respecting Vaishnavas. when we had got the transcendental opportunity to be with His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj in so much personal quarters with him to perform Vapu Seva. I don't know what good fortune I had done to get that privilege, that my Guru Maharaj let me perform various services, both in personal capacity as well as in leadership capacity. This Gopala Chapal pastime, I presume so, that's the topic that we are discussing. I didn't even refer the past shloka, so please pardon me if I'm wrong. Is very important as well as um, very purifying pastime to educate us how do we respect and how do we deal with Vaishnavas. Before getting into the details of it, I would like to share a pastimes from two set of pastimes, one from Chaitanya Leela, one from Dakshin Bharat, from the story of Tirumalisai Alvar. There are 12 Alvars. Of that, one of the Alvar, his name is called Tirumalisai Alvar. Alvar meaning Goswami. The word we say Goswami in Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta. In Sri Vaishnava, they are called Alvars. This Tirumalisai Alvar had a disciple. His name was Kanikannan. And this Kanikannan was a very wonderful poet. He can compose songs very fluently, and he was very well famous for glorifying the Lord with his innovative compositions. So his fame was all over Kanchipuram. They were part of the place called Kanchipuram, which is even now present, what all the ladies know as Kanchipuram silk sari. So that same Kanchipuram used to be nice. Even now it's a glorious transcendental kshetra. So this king of this Kanchipuram province got to know about the glory of Tirumalisai Kanikannan, who was a disciple of Tirumalisai Alvar. So he sent one of his servants and said, ask him to come over to my palace. So Kanikannan was called and he came to meet the Raja. The Raja said, I heard you compose wonderful songs. So please sing a song glorifying me. Kanikannan said, my dear king, I will not do anything for human. I only glorify the Supreme Lord. The Raja got offended. The Raja got so much offended that he said, in my kingdom, you are not ready to fulfill my order. What audacity you have? Get out. Throw him out of my place. Kanikannan said, that's better, Raja, because I cannot glorify any materialistic or even people who are not devotionally inclined. So I would as well leave this place. So he left and he came to his Guru Maharaj, Tirumalisai Alvar. Said, Gurudev, I'm so sorry. I have to leave this place because the Raja has asked me to leave. because of whatever has happened. He was such a wonderful disciple that Gurudev said, if you are not allowed to be in this place, what do I have to do here? I will also leave. So, along with Kanikannan, Thirumalai Alvar also decided to leave Kanchipuram. And before they were leaving, he said, you are not going to be here. I am not going to be here. What is this Lord has to do here? So let us ask him to come along with us. So he went to the temple of the Lord, Vishnu, and he told, see, my disciple has been asked to leave Kanchipuram. So I am not going to stay here anymore. When we both are not here, you have no relevance in this place. Come along with us. So the Lord, what he did? He rolled his Ananta Sesha on which he was lying, like rolling the mat, kept it on his under his hand, and started walking behind Perumalai Alvar. So Kanikanan is going, Perumalai Alvar is going, and behind that the Lord is going. And after all the three people left, very soon the entire Kanchipuram got into a huge crisis. Kanchipuram had drought. People were so much suffering with various types of difficulties that the Raja was completely confused. What has happened? One intelligent guy said, all these things started since the day you sent Kanikannan out. So when they did the calculation, it was that since the day Kanikannan was asked to leave Kanchipuram, everything started to fall apart. So the Raja, realizing his mistake, told, please go and request him, plead him to come back. We have done a biggest mistake. Let us ask for forgiveness. So the Raja sent his messenger who had gone to Kanikannan and said, please forgive us. The Raja has realized his mistake. He wanted you to come back. He was a very simple, humble Vaishnava. He said, okay, I'll come back. So he went and told his Guru Maharaj that now he is calling me back, so I'm thinking of going back. Guru Maharaj said, okay, I will also come with you. And he went and told the Lord, now we both are going, you also come back with us. The Lord also followed Perumalai Alvar and came back to Kanchipuram and went and stayed back in the same place where he was, as told by Perumalai Alvar. That Lord is still there. Near Kanchipuram there is a place, beautiful place. And the name of the Lord is Sonna Vannam Seida Perumal. This is a Tamil name which means the Lord who does as he been told. जैसा कहा वैसा करने वाले भगवान. किसने कहा? So he has, as told by the great personalities, Vaishnavas. Yes, Yadodatkari. So the point is that he has many other names, but because of this particular pastime, he is called Sonna Vannam Seida Perumal. He has been asked, he said, When the Vaishnava said, let us leave, he left. When he was called back, he came back. And the kind of challenges the king faced was never in the history that he had faced. But when he made this mistake, he had to face. Second pastime, very interesting one. One day, there was a conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Mother Sachi. So, in that I don't remember the exact sequence of details. Jayapatak Maharaj mentioned beautifully, but I'll just tell whatever portion I could remember. So, Sachi Mata said about Krishna Prem, how soon, when can I get Krishna Prem? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you can't get Krishna Prem because you are an offender. Sachi Mata said, I did an offense. What offense I did? He said, you had offended Advaitacharya. The whole world is witnessing this and surprised. That lady who carried the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Caitanya, in her womb, is not given the privilege of Krishna Prem because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is upset with Sachi Mata over her act towards Advaitacharya because of her offense. Advaitacharya did not take offense. Advaitacharya was very happy. We all studied this in Chaitanya Bhagavata only. When Sachi Mata went to Advaitacharya's house to spend some time and also cook for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So out of familiarity, out of a family situation, she had, or out of extraordinary attachment towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, she had said something. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took offense and said, you have offended at the lotus feet of Advaitacharya and hence you can't get Krishna Prem. And Sachi Mata was brought to Advaitacharya's house and said, you have to ask for forgiveness from Advaitacharya. Advaitacharya was completely, embarrassed. He said, no, how? How is that possible? Let Sachi Mata come and ask me forgiveness. She is my mother. She is worshipable. She is the mother of Supreme Personality of God. So it's a very interesting, thing. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not approve even the conversational, colloquial conversations against a Vaishnava. So this Vaishnava Ninda, Gopala Chapal has done against the lotus feet of Srivas Thakur. So many descriptions that we studied. Anyone who does Vaishnava Ninda, leprosy is just the beginning. What about the pain of Kumbhipaka? What about the punishments of Yamaraj? It's the most heinous act. Even the Mahavadanya, personality of Godhead, cannot help us to get rid of. The only way by which this is fixed is when we go and ask for forgiveness. I was talking to Mahavaraha Prabhu, who is the personal servant of Tolana Jayapataka Maharaj. In one of the conversations, he made a very profound statement. He said that according to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, one of the first responsibility of a disciple towards one's spiritual master is about his honesty. He mentioned what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj mentioned, that when a disciple is able to honestly conduct himself in front of his spiritual master during devotional services and his worship, then so many problems associated, that are associated can get cleared. Because it is very easy to jump Gurudev, Gurudev, Haribol, Haribol. But it's very difficult to open our heart and try to express our surrender, our situations, our difficulties in an honest, transparent manner. We always have this situation where we are interested in using spirituality for our personal benefit. It's not wrong. But when we have to go above and raise our spiritual bar, we have to start thinking slightly differently. So hence, from this context, I would like to share 3 sets of reflections through which we will try to establish this particular scenario of Vaishnava Ninda and its consequences. The first context is that I realized in the last few days of being with His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj is that many a times, or in all this last 35 years, every time when I had met Maharaj, or even anyone for that matter, my consciousness had been only single-pointedly focused. How do I take advantage of their presence? That's not wrong. But something else I learned this time. This time, when I looked at his servants, when I was very closely working in the close quarters with the servants, I got a very interesting realization that there is one step above. How do I take advantage of their association? That stage is, how do I give pleasure to them? How do I serve them for their comfort? How do I see myself in such a situation that they are looked after very well? How do I function in a manner by which they are the focus, not that I am the focus? The beauty is, the moment you work for them, the whole universe is waiting to bestow transcendental benediction upon us. We don't stand in front of Gurudev, Gurudev like that. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong in taking advantage of their presence. I saw 2 clear-cut function. Some of us were desiring, we should take Guru Maharaj to that place, we should take Guru Maharaj to this place, we should show them, that devotee should be introduced, this Mataji should get the blessings, that Bacha should get the blessings. But there were people around me who Guru Maharaj needs to be given rest on the right time, he has to be given medicine at the right time, he has to be given rest at the right time, he has to be taken to the hospital at the right time, he cannot talk too much, he cannot be crowded with so many. Their thinking only is that. Then I was started thinking, oh my God, what am I doing? So one of the reflections that I want to share here is, in our journey to Krishna consciousness. Whether it is Vaishnavas, whether it is Dham, whether it is deities, whether it is holy name, whether it is all the things associated with Krishna consciousness. One step is to see to that, how do I take advantage from them? But the step above is, how do I perform services to them for their pleasure? How do I please a Vaishnava? How do I please the Supreme Lord? How do I purify the holy Dham? How many times we all have been to holy Dham and done something for the Dham rather than taking from the Dham? Please don't get me wrong, it is not wrong, but we are trying to raise ourselves up. This mood of trying to enjoy in the company of a Vaishnava may be perceived good, but from one angle, it can also become selfish, insensitive follower. The person may be interested in giving his time, love, association, company. But we should know what pleases him. So the whole conversation that we had today from 346 to 367, it only tells how for the Supreme Lord, neither Lord Lakshmi, nor Brahma, nor Lord Shiva, nor his own body, nor his own self is as important as a Vaishnava. To that extent, I am just sitting in his room, I'm just remembering all the 12 days where Maharaj was just, in this place. So how this had been, this should have been, or this was my place of worship. The point is, in Krishna consciousness, we sometimes do things that looks correct, but doing things correctly actually is very rare, and if we learn that soon, we are properly situated. So my first reflection is that can we learn to please the Vaishnava as the Vaishnava would want, not please the Vaishnava that the way we think. Is a big difference. And this may be that maybe you distribute books. I remember a very interesting last time when Harikesh Prabhu, that time he was a Maharaj, he was the personal secretary of Srila Prabhupada. So one day he came to Srila Prabhupada and said, Srila Prabhupada called him and said, now you have to go to Germany. I think I've shared this before. So in those days, to be the personal assistant of Srila Prabhupada was very rare. So Harikesh Prabhu felt so sad, saying that something is really, gone wrong. So he went and pleaded Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, I'm extremely sorry if I had done something seriously wrong. Please don't send me out of your lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada was very persistent, said that I want you to go to Germany. Somehow reluctantly Harikesh Prabhu went to Germany. 8 months later, he came to Mayapur Dham with 4 books of Srila Prabhupada translated in German language, printed and published. Srila Prabhupada said, you see, I told you. For the past 3 days, I have been wanting to have my V time with Jayapataka Maharaj because I had some agendas. Of course, I have been with them moving around, talking, serving, doing everything, but I had some reports to submit. I had something to discuss. Every day, whatever slot that was planned for me, somebody else was, occupying. Finally, I told Guru Maharaj, I want to, spend some time now. What can I do? When can we talk? You'll be leaving. I'm going to miss you. So Guru Maharaj said that, okay, we will talk on the way to the airport. So you sit with me. Even though I was with him in the car on a daily basis, but he said, you sit and we'll talk. I said, okay, fine. We had a good 1.5 hours. But then it so happened that we didn't have time, and Guru Maharaj had late lunch, and immediately after lunch he had to be taking rest according to the doctor's recommendation. So Mahavara Prabhu and Dr. Hariguru said, nothing doing. Guru Maharaj has to sleep. You need not even go in that car. From the time he landed, 6th December, till today morning, every trip, wherever Maharaj went, I was in the car. But today was the first time I was not in the car. I felt very, thinking what is going on, I was feeling emotional, feeling that. So I was in another car along with Mahavara Prabhu, and we were going. And we reached the airport. And then Guru Maharaj said, I'm not, we are not going to get time now. So I will send you, we'll talk on a Zoom, and we will discuss that. You'll not believe that we were in the airport, everybody is pulling the luggage. Jayapataka Maharaj said, let us discuss right now. So in the airport, he pulled me, said, tell me whatever updates you want to give now, at least give me something, then you can share anything later. The point that at that point I realized was that it was very important for Jayapataka Maharaj to sleep, take rest, rather than my agenda to be spoken. Somehow Krishna, realized, and we got a very good, intimate, private time that I could spend, in the airport. We had a very, loving exchanges there. So my point I want to raise, share here is that can we learn to please the Lord, please the Dham, please the holy name, please our spiritual master, and when we do so, we will be able to progress one step above. Then we are trying to enjoy their presence. And this act of thinking about their welfare, their pleasure, their happiness, their success, their mission is called love. Otherwise, it is just a transaction. It is not wrong to have such a transaction, but love means you work in such a manner that your beloved is pleased and not hurt. And if such a person who is very dear to Krishna is hurt, obviously this most Mahavadanya, Caitanya Mahaprabhu, yes, thrown Gopala Chapal out saying that you rascal. Leprosy is the beginning. It is just the beginning. Several lives you are going to suffer. Second realization, the second reflection from this context is that why is it that a Vaishnava becomes very special for Krishna? What makes them very special for Krishna? So again, this is based on my last few days of realization. Three aspects of them. Number one, what I just mentioned, first reflection, a Vaishnava, a pure Vaishnava, is constantly absorbed in glorifying his own spiritual master and eventually work for the mission that spiritual master has given. Number two, not even 1 nanosecond or minute is being wasted. Every resource and moment is being put to use in glorifying Krishna. And third, there's no challenge deters that person, and he becomes absolutely fearless and enthusiastic even in the most perturbing situation. So my second reflection is that these Vaishnavas are special because of these three attributes. There may be 30 more we can add, but I just want to say these three things because of their being constantly absorbed in Krishna consciousness, constantly in spiritual consciousness, that they are only focusing on how to please Krishna and how to fulfill the mission of their spiritual masters. One constant agenda that Jayavata Maharaj is nowadays telling is, these are all some responsibilities that Srila Prabhupada has given. How am I going to fulfill? Please help me. How am I going to fulfill? Please help me. How am I going to fulfill? Please help me. Meaning, their thinking is around something else. How do I, make sure that we will utilize my time, my life to fulfill the orders of my spiritual master and to eventually please Krishna. Jayapataka mentioned a very interesting story. He said, one day Krishna was with Rukmini and Rukmini started to cry to Krishna and said, Krishna, you may be thinking that you are Sarva Vyapi and everything, etc. But there is one thing that you don't know. So Krishna was surprised. Oh, what is that I don't know? So Rukmini said that what me and Srimati Radharani knows, experiences, you don't know. You have no clue about it. Because you have nobody above you, you have no clue about it. So Krishna became curious and asked, what are you talking about? Rukmini said, you don't know how it feels in your separation. You do not know the pain we go through when we miss you. You have no clue about it. So Krishna took the form of Sri Caitanya to experience that. Meaning, the love, the devotees, the Vaishnavas, the Vaishnavis, they have for Guru and Gauranga is so intense. How can we offend such a person who is intensely in love with Krishna, intensely in love with Krishna's devotees? And because of their intense love for Krishna and Krishna's devotees, they damn do not want to waste even single moment of their life. One moment. I am witness. In the last 12 days, I am personally very closely witnessed. Not even one moment I saw Jayapataka Maharaj waste his time. Not even one moment. Dialysis was going on. He was studying Bhakti Sarvabhauma, answering questions, responding to emails. During the travel, he participates in meetings, taking care of his correspondences. In the night, somebody is reading Chaitanya Charitamrita for him. During the morning prasadam time, there is some exercise activity that he is trying to do. As he eats, he is doing something to make sure that if this is one of the symptoms of a person in the stage of self-reliance, according to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, there are 9 symptoms of a person in the stage of bhava and prema. One of the symptoms is the 4th symptom is that they do not want to even waste one moment of their life. The 3rd aspect of it is with any challenges, we fail even with the smallest challenge. But no challenge deters such a person. As much as challenge comes, They consider challenge is a separate track. It doesn't deter them, doesn't bother them, doesn't affect them, because their focus is whether it is challenge or whether it's convenience. The mission is one. Even amongst the challenge, they know how to function because they are beyond dualities. So, how can the Supreme Lord tolerate offending such a personality? One who is constantly absorbed in remembrance, one who is constantly utilizing all the resources for the glorification of Supreme Lord, and one who is not deterred by any challenges. To such a person, if we offend, how can Krishna going to keep quiet? How Krishna is going to keep quiet? Because they are the mouthpiece of the Supreme Lord. Brahmanosya mukhamasit bahura janyakritaha. Brahmanosya mukhamasit. The Supreme Lord accepts everything through the mouth of a Brahmana. So that is why Brahmanas are called mouthpiece of the Supreme Lord. Even in Varnashrama system, Brahmanas are the face of the Lord, Kshatriyas are the arms of the Lord, Vaishyas are the thighs of the Lord, and Shudras are the legs. So Vaishyas are the belly and Shudras are the legs. So from that perspective of Vaishnava, because of his absorption, because of his very deep meditation, because of his very deep involvement, the realization that I had was that all through our spiritual life, we have heard about Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj, our Sanatana Goswami suffering with leprosy. We had this Vasudeva, the leper from Dakshin Bharat. How they were completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness and not deterred. We heard, we have studied, we have given classes, but we have not seen. I have seen. I have the good fortune of seeing in a very personal, close quarters. How? No challenges can stop a Vaishnava. It only makes him more and more curious, enthusiastic to serve. I can definitely vouch, and I am witness to this history, that there was a time when there was Prahlad Maharaj who had been through some challenges and eventually he won, establishing Bhakti movement. Like the same thing one day, somebody will write, there were devotees like Param Pujya Radha Govind Swami Maharaj, Param Pujya Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, Param Pujya, so many Maharajas who in their life, they have been through pains, challenges, obstacles, difficulties, disabilities, but did not stop them. I am witness. I am sure some of you are witness. And we should tell this to all the people. Nothing can stop Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is a transcendental science. What if you offend such a Vaishnava? If such a Vaishnava is offended, Kumbhi Pak ka 10 guna milega. So Kumbhi Pak is not just a easy walk. So the kind of hellish planets that we will be pushed into. That is why in spirituality, every mistakes are, curable and that can be, we can overcome. But Vaishnava only option is asking for forgiveness and plead for mercy. So you will see in the future how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to direct Gopala Chappal to go to Srivas Thakur and ask him to ask for forgiveness. Until Srivas Thakur forgives, there's no hope. Third and last reflection. A Vaishnava is the one who should not be offended because a Vaishnava is the hope. If we have realized we are not this body but spirit soul, if we have theoretically understood that this material world is full of sufferings, if we theoretically have a clarity knowing that Maya is very powerful, how are we going to overcome them? Who is going to help us? Who is going to pull us out of this muck? And that one person is our Gurudev, our devotee friends. Recently, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj had the Festival of Gratitude celebrations in GEV on 7th of December. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, coincidentally, I had other services with the Jayapataka Maharaj. So some of our congregation devotees went there and I saw some video clips of few offerings. Gaur Gopal Prabhu mentioned that the way a student is made to feel in the company of the spiritual master is so special that the student does not want to leave that company again. So he was glorifying about Sripad Radhanath Maharaj, how every time when somebody is in his close proximity, Maharaj makes us feel special in this Sankirtan mission. He would always encourage how we are important soldiers in this Sankirtan mission. He would make us feel important rather than him claiming how important he is. So, the third and last reflection here is that it is very much important for us to realize. It is very much important for us to understand that a Vaishnava is our hope. When such a hope is insulted, when such a hope is humiliated, when such a hope is ignored, when such a hope is disrespected, what is our rope? There is no rope for us to climb up the ladder. We are samsara kupe patitotyagade mohandapurne vishayabhitapte karavalambam mamadehi Vishno Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Billamanga Thakura is crying for the mercy from the Lord. And what we did? Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite para, tomara shakati aache. Ami to Gangalam, Krishna Krishna boli, Daitava pache pache. Day before yesterday, we had all our volunteers who had we had 139 volunteers who were involved in the last 12 days of service to Zolna Jayapataka Maharaj. These are all recorded volunteers. There are a lot of other people who did the service. So of them, we picked up, those are the core ones who did all the planning and managing. So we met Jayapataka Maharaj for a small photo shoot session. At the time, we all sang together this song because we wanted to really express, please help my dear Vaishnava Thakur. What do we ask? If freedom is given to me, I will ask some nonsense. So we all chose that let us all sing this song. We together sang this Ohe Vaishnava Thakura song and sought Maharaj's blessings. The point I'm trying to say is Vaishnavas are our hope. Vaishnavas are our rope. Vaishnavas are the only ones who will take us to Krishna. We don't know Krishna. Krishna will not reveal himself to us. We have no clue how to go there. But we have definitely managed to be in the close quarters of some Vaishnava. Just hold on to his dhoti, hold on to her sari, hold on to her lotus feet, just follow in the footsteps of Vaishnavas, and I'm sure with that we will be able to make it to Krishna, which is the goal of life. And such a Vaishnava, such a hope, such a support, if they are offended, then we are definitely foolish. So hence the third reflection is that we have Vaishnavas as our hope and hope in devotional life. So make sure that we don't disrupt, disengage ourselves from such a hope. Otherwise, we will be the biggest loser. So thank you all so much. I'm not sure if I did justice to this context, but I'm definitely very happy, excited. I'm still in lot of emotional, situation where I'm missing the company of all the Vaishnavas. We had like 12 days of festival. I did not go anywhere. I stayed in the temple and got this wonderful opportunity. So I'm sure this opportunity that we got, we are able to take advantage of them and make some progress in Krishna consciousness. So this Vaishnava respect and Vaishnava service is actually Krishna's service. And if you serve Vaishnava nicely in a nice frame of mind, they get Krishna Prema. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai, Hitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. If there are any comments, questions, reflections, I'll be happy to respond. Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very wonderful session. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado, yasya aprasadat nagati kutopi. Thank you, Prabhuji. We could feel those emotions that you were carrying, and definitely 12 days personal seva with Gurudev. It's a matter of great fortune. So thank you for sharing that. And definitely this class carries a lot of potency, even though you said that you were not prepared, but because you were in the association of Gurudev, so that empowerment we could feel, we could see. So all glories to you, and pray that you get much more associations for many more days to come with your Gurudev, and you eternally serve him wherever he is, in whichever planet he is. So thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. Yes, you did complete justice to this class, and you spoke so nicely about the Vaishnavas and blaspheming that Vaishnava. How many lifetimes we have to suffer, and especially Kumbhi Pak. We just read. Maybe we have experienced also in our past lives, but who knows? But now, after reading Bhagavatam, we know what Kumbhi Pak is. So thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful class. Really grateful to your association. And definitely today's class was very potent, and could feel it. Thank you, Prabhu. Sorry, Harita Mataji, I just took over. You may take over now.
No, Mataji, totally fine, Mataji. Your realizations were really very great, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for such wonderful class and giving the association of Gurudev through your words to us. Thanks a lot. And the realizations were like a teachings for us, Prabhuji. Thanks a lot. Like how to use our time, never waste time. That I could learn from today's lesson that you told about Guru Maharaj, and how we should never blaspheme any Vaishnavas, whatever may happen. Just say Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. You take care. That's all. And we should always respect all the Vaishnavas, and we should take the instructions of our Guru very seriously and serve him to the extent we can. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dear devotees, please go ahead with your realizations or questions. I think Rupal Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Prabhu, wonderful class. Thank you for taking to your journey, meeting your Guru Maharaj, and we all pray that you get more association with him. And as Harita Mataji said, it is you very nicely explained that his health is not good, and he's not even wasting 1 minute in spite of, and he took care of what was going on in your mind or you wanted to share. And he skipped his own well-being, and he listened to your heart. So that is wonderful, Prabhu. And also, blaspheming the devotee. My one of my question is, Prabhu, like sometimes we don't want to blaspheme, but sometimes when we are talking, we feel some devotees start like they are into like gramya panchat, like gramya talk. So like we don't feel bad, like we don't say bad, blaspheme them, but in our heart we feel that the direction, their direction, their disha, that it changes a little bit sometimes. So so we can pray for them, or like we cannot directly tell. Sometimes we are in a situation, we cannot directly tell them, it can go wrong someday. And another thing you explain, that was my one question. Another thing you explain is that we should be have seva bhav. Any place you go, you should have a seva bhav. That was so wonderful, that we are so greedy as a human being, like a human nature is greedy. We want to get everything, like we see Guru Maharaj everywhere, we want to be close to them. And but is there a, these rules are different for little kids, like who are like 10-12 years old, they have taken shelter of the Guru Maharaj, versus like big people, like can they go closer to Guru Maharaj and get the association? And or that was my another question was there.
Okay, so with respect to the questions that you asked, for both the questions, I want to just say that in our association with other fellow devotees, we accidentally, because of our past conditioning, we tend to judge them, comment them, critique them, even pass comments about them. So there is some sensitivity that needs to be brought in. That we should be, as much as we are eager to, comment about them, or as much as we are eager to critique them, it is imperative for us to also be ready to ask for forgiveness. That is why Srila Prabhupada has created a system that on a daily basis, we have to offer our prayers to Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasandubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. We offer that prayer every day at the end of the class. That prayer is not a formality. As that prayer is being offered, we express our, unknowingly, knowingly, we would have committed offenses or maybe made some judgment against some Vaishnavas. So we are ready to ask for forgiveness in general. And wherever you know specifically that you would have done that, maybe you would have passed comments. There is nothing wrong in going and asking for sorry, saying that sorry Prabhu, sorry Mataji, that there are situations where I was forced to comment on some of your actions, which I shouldn't have done, or maybe I did it based on some understanding. Please clarify or please forgive. So the idea is that the mood of ready to ask for forgiveness will be one of the ways and only way that we could get rid of this problem. Otherwise, how much ever we chant, how much ever we go to Tirtha Yatra, how much ever we do whatever we want, it's not going to solve. That's what this verses that we just read today. So personally, this is applicable even to the small children, even 11-year-old, 12-year-old, whatever that they may be tending to, pass comment, critiques and stuff like that. So it is our duty as an adult to set some precedents as a father, mother, as a parent, as a senior in the community. We should make sure that we behave well so that the next generation learn from our conduct. If we ourselves are going to sit at home and passing comments about Vaishnavas, insulting, humiliating, and maybe offending, so that's not a very good practice. At least, probably by reading these verses where it is threatening us, literally warning us that if you do Vaishnava Aparadh, will be pushed to Kubhi Paga. And that's not the only thing that will be punished with many, many other things. So our behavior day by day, I'm not saying that we are all perfect every day, but at least we should have the sense of ready to ask for forgiveness. And again and again and repeatedly, we need to make sure that we are able to have a sense of responsibility that I should behave correctly towards a Vaishnava. Making sense, Mataji?
Yes, yes, Prabhu. So you are suggesting that, let's say, if we make aparadha, it's good to confess in front of them that this has happened and something like that. Is that what you are
Yes,
suggesting?
yes.
Okay.
I was talking to the devotees. There is something called as what we call as Krishna conscious punishment. Krishna conscious punishment is be ready to ask for forgiveness in front of all the Vaishnavas, say sorry, and ready to perform menial service. This is the first and foremost thing that we should be ready to do it. And the point is that by doing so, we are crushing our ego and we are making sure that in front of everyone, claiming that other Vaishnava about whom I said something wrong is something, it's my own cooked up story and may not be necessarily the right version. In fact, it is best practice that we stop critique and make judgments about anyone because we have plenty of things to do for ourselves. Let's focus on us. Unless and otherwise, you are a guru, you are a counselor, you are a yatra leader, you are a temple president, where you have a duty, responsibility to discuss and comment and work around such scenarios. Because that's a tough service that they may have to do it. Otherwise, everybody else should be focusing on their own devotional practices and not poke their nose in something unnecessary.
Thank you, Prabhu. Is it true that a devotee, like if you praise a devotee, you get punya? Punya, is it true?
I mean, if you praise a devotee, it's not only punya, you get bhakti. Because glorifying a Vaishnava is devotion. Glorifying a Vaishnava is devotional service. If you glorify Vaishnava, I'll make a funny statement like if you want to love someone, you love their children. Love me, love my dog. That's the phrase people use. If you want to love somebody, the owner, you go and glorify the children. So if you glorify Krishna's dearest children, Krishna will love you. So glorifying Vaishnava is not just punya, it is bhakti, it's devotion. Okay?
One last question, bro. Just let release it. So, is it possible that a devotee may not like if you praise them? Like, is it normal? Like, if a devotee, like, if you are praising, glorifying them behind them, and it is possible that they wouldn't like to be praised, or
Basically, it is like this. Your glorification should be real. If you glorify real, I guess it will definitely touch the other person's heart.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes we do flattering. Sometimes we do things for the sake of getting our things done. Sometimes we try to outwardly do some things. So that is really suffocating to people. You will really able to figure it out. Like if you genuinely tell from your heart, the other person may feel embarrassed, but still will reciprocate. Thank you so much for your kind words, Prabhuji. And they may have their own ways of responding back. But at least our glorification should be genuine and not for flattering, not for formality, and definitely not for getting your work done.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Danvat Pranam.
And any other questions, comments? Vinita Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to your wonderful services, Prabhu. I missed the class. I joined at the end because I was in other call. I could not join the class, but the glorification of the class by hearing that, and you also mentioned something about Guru Maharaj service. I would go back and listen what you mentioned there. So, Prabhu, last time you wanted to sing a bhajan, but then I have interrupted you because you have a throat issue. So I don't want it to, get into the problem. Vrinda Gopika Mataji was upset that we were not able to listen bhajan on that day. So please sing today bhajan. So make Vrinda Gopika Mataji happy, Prabhuji. And all of us also. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for your classes, Prabhuji. Sorry, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, for that day to stop Prabhuji not to sing bhajan because his throat was not good. That's why I stopped it. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Sudhakar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
For me, the lessons learned, or at least realized, is only the last two words which you mentioned. Vaishnava is our hope, and Vaishnava is our rope. This is, I think, for me, it's a key phrase. At least that's for me. You have touched very beautifully. I never realized the importance of the Vaishnava, though I had in other lectures. But today you explained with the two beautiful stories, and then it was really, for me, a line lesson, a warning. Actually, to tell honestly, it is a big warning for me. I consider this one. So really thankful to you. So I would like to just take this opportunity, to thank even to the Bhakti Sangha group. I personally feel, that connecting with Vaishnavas. I think it's the God grace only. For me, I don't know anything. I personally, I don't know how to say, but I'm really fortunate that I'm associated with so many Vaishnava Matajis and Vaishnavas. And I would like to share my little bit concern, if you don't mind, Prabhuji.
Oh, sure, go ahead, Prabhuji.
Once I was planning to go to Chennai. I heard about Jai Patak Mataji, Prabhuji. Not much, I don't know, but I just heard from some other spiritual master lectures like Nitai Sivanani Mataji, her spiritual master also Jai Patak Mataji. So I thought, okay, I'm going to Chennai. I will try to visit the temple and I'll seek these blessings. This was my desire at that time. It's about 3-4 years back. Again, it was selfish desire. It is not like I'm thinking that Maharaj blesses, then all my sins will be away. This was the knowledge at that time. So I tried there. I stayed in the temple. Whenever I tried to go, I tried to stay in the temple. Fortunately, I got guest house there. So I asked the Prabhu, where is Jai Patak Prabhu? He said, no, he's not here. Somebody said, okay. I said, it may not be there, but there is some other Prabhu was there. So I said, okay, can I see him or take his blessing? As you said, rightly said, his personal assistants. They said, no, it's not that easy. Prabhuji is very difficult, like that, he said. So I just said, okay, it's not my luck or something like that. But I don't know. Lastly, he said, okay, you may not be able to meet him, but I will. Prabhuji is going to some meeting. I'll give you an opportunity for you to open the car door for him. I thought, actually, intentionally, my desire was to meet Jai Patak Mataji, and then I met another Prabhuji. Then now I realized, now after all these lectures, I realized it's not that easy to get even the darshan of the Vaishnava or a true pure devotee. So why I'm saying this to even to all the other Vaishnava Matajis is, for me, it is really much more worthy, this group, particularly Bhakti Sangha group, where I'm able to see all Maharajs and Gurujis like you, Prabhus, hearing your lectures and Mataji. So for me, it is really blessing. I hope and I pray God will continue this, my relation and association with Bhakti Sangha group and to all. I could really, honestly, I'm saying, Prabhuji, I would have not met you without this Zoom platform or anybody of this Mataji. So that way, I think you emphasize the very importance of the Vaishnava. For me, it is really big thing for me. Thank you, Prabhuji, and thank you to all the Matajis of the group and the Prabhujis. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sudhakar Prabhu, for sharing this. I may say it in a very humorous way, but then the point is, sometime when you are going to go back home, back to Godhead, if the Radharani sees that you are part of Bhakti Sangha Japa group, she will not even refer many other, backtrack records. She will let you in. So Bhakti Sangha Japa group is now elevating so many souls. So all glories to the organizers.
Hariva!
Jai, Jai.
Jai, thank you, Prabhuji. It's very,
Chinmay
very
Mataji.
nice. I feel very, very honored to be here, Prabhuji.
Chinmay Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. It was such a beautiful class, Prabhuji. Thank you, thank you. It was as though Srila Gurudev was speaking through you. As Kirtida Mataji was saying, it was a very empowered class, lots to learn. So thank you. I just wanted to share one thing. It was yesterday night for me. I think in India it would have been today morning. Gurudev gave Srimad Bhagavatam class. And towards the end, he mentioned about you distributing Bhagavad Gita books at the hospital. And you in turn glorified Guru Maharaj. At that moment, when I heard about you from Gurudev's lotus mouth, I felt so happy. As in the same note as you were saying, being a very insignificant part of Bhakti Sangha, I felt I somehow related to you. I got related to you, and I heard your glorification, and I felt very happy. So thank you, Prabhuji. Just wanted to mention that.
For the sake of all the people residing in USA, I'm not sure if I can share this news. It's going to happen. Krishna's mercy. If you all pray, Jayapatak Maharaj is visiting USA in the second week of April. If and somebody is going to kill me for saying this now, but we are one of the reasons why Maharaj came to Mumbai was to get his green card. Because he didn't travel for the last 3 years or 2 years, so there was a hold on this green card. So I'll tell you, for him to travel to USA, the ordeal that he had gone through is where he has to go to the embassy once, so which we went that day. The embassy has suggested a test. He went for the test, and from that test they found out that he has to go through sputum test, and he had gone through 3 days to the hospital to give sputum test, for which he has to wait for 60 days, and he has to once again come back to embassy for the second time, and then all these things are done because Guru Maharaj wants to come to USA to see you all. So I mean, it's I cannot imagine this. That I was personally with him. What ordeal it took to take him inside and out to the embassy and do all those things. He's taking a hell of a lot of load on him for glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission. So please pray so that he's really desiring to come to USA, and myself and the team of devotees, we are personally witnessing to that. So hope everything falls in place. So if that happens after Vyas Puja, American Vijayam, the travel will be happening. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for sharing this. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Nutan Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Thank you very much for the beautiful class, Prabhuji. And there were many takeaways. Even during this class and always, whenever I listen to you all, these are the lifelong lessons which I'll try to practice. Every class is very enriching, Prabhuji. In today's class, 3 main points and realizations which you shared. First one was, what can I do for the Dham? Krishna, Guru Maharaj. That must be your motive. Like, you have showed me the mirror, what I'm actually doing. Whenever I'm going to the Dham, it's just for my pleasure, I feel. I'm going for this particular yatra. I'm going to listen to Guru Maharaj in person. I'm going to see him. I'm going to visit and see the deities. But that feeling that, no, my these deities are going to feel happy when I'm going to go to see them. That thing, or else what can I do for the Dham or Guru Maharaj? With that consciousness, I did not go, is what I realized. So I should try to think in that particular way. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. And then you told example of Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, how he is not wasting even a single moment. With your close association, now you could tell us. Even the time when he's traveling from one place to another, he is reading Bhakti Sarvabhauma or Chaitanya Charitamrita, and in the time he has, he is also attending the meetings and giving us his association. So it's a wonderful thing. They are really the acharyas whom we are supposed to follow, and that is what we should also do. But we tend to forget very much. But listening to classes from you all just helps me remind myself how am I supposed to progress and walk in their direction and walk in the way which they have kept in front of us. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for sharing those things. And your third realization makes me more hopeful, I would say, that whatever challenge it may be, if you are following your sadhana properly, if you are engaging yourself, if you are absorbing yourself in the service towards Guru, Krishna, Vaishnava, devotees, then nothing is going to make you fearful. If nothing is going to bother us, because we are constantly busy doing the service, is what I understood. And uh, three main points is what I would say. But I became very alert when you used the word offender today. I don't know why. May it be one offense or multiple offenses, it's going to be the same. But when you use this word offender, I was trying to consciously listen, actively listen what you're trying to say. But that word made me further more active, I would say. Oh my God, offender means a person who is going to commit the offense multiple times. I started thinking in that way. And I would like to ask this, Prabhuji. We are trying, we are making efforts that we do not commit any sort of offense. Consciously, we are trying to do that. And but still, sometimes what happens, we are doing that because of our conditioning. We have started this so late to consciously avoid making any such offenses. So how is it that I should how would it happen that I will not commit such offenses? I see to it that I'm trying, Prabhuji, but I just need everyone's prayers as
I'll
well
just
once again.
give an example for this, like how a doctor, even though he knows he is clean, there is some standard SOP he has to follow. If he has to go inside the ICU, if he has to go and touch a patient, if he has to go and perform a surgery, he may, even though he may be clean or he may have his own a definition of cleanliness, but the SOP defines, standard operating procedure defines, if he has to enter an operation theater, he has to sterilize the dress, he has to sterilize the equipments, he has to sterilize the room. So these are all some standard things. So we don't even, at least till we get to the stage of self-realization, or to realize that we are responsible, accountable persons, and we have to make sure that our conduct is serious. Better we try to assume, not just assume that yes, I have committed some mistakes, and be always ready to ask for forgiveness. Let us not even say that, oh, I may have not done. So I would have definitely done something, because inadvertently, Jayapatak Maharaj was telling the other day was the story about how Rupa Goswami, when he was studying Srimad Bhagavatam and he was already got into the Manjari Bhava, went into the Leela of Radha Krishna, and was laughing at that very famous pastime, that he was thrown out of the Leela because of inadvertently, not even purposely committing a insult to a Vaishnava. So inadvertently we do a lot of things. So better is by default, by design. I just say Dasanudas. In Tamil, they call us Adiyen. Adiyen means I am your servant. So the consciousness of I am your servant is plugged in into our existence. Then I guess we have a lot more easier to function. But it's very difficult, because your servant in email is easy. Your servant in words is easy. Your servant in action is very difficult. Your servant in action is easy when I am serving somebody senior. Your servant in action when I am serving all the fellow members and the juniors. I have that arrogance that I am the senior. I need the privileges. So we have a lot of questions that rides on them. So if you somehow can come and rise above that, then we have some fun. We will be definitely having happier Krishna conscious activities.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prabhuji. One more point I would like to add. As Sudhakar Prabhuji said, it is really, 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 I don't know how to express this, but whenever we are going to certain dham, whenever we are getting or association of devotees like you all or Guru Maharaj or anyone, it is such a blessing that even me, myself, in my initial days, I did not realize. And now when I wonder, means, oh my God, I had got that association. I just think, means we are so blessed. But that is just the discount offer which I heard. And every time I feel that. And I just pray that such discounted offer goes on. How happy you were when Kirtita Mataji prayed that you get much more association of Guru Maharaj. Again, that made me happy. And one more point, Prabhuji. Just 4 hours back, I wanted to listen to the live class. How not to waste time, I realized that point also. Because Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was going to give this live class 4 hours back. Everyone joined the Zoom meeting. The capacity was 1,000. And though, in spite of putting a reminder, I forgot and I tried joining it at 7 p.m. and I couldn't. The limit had reached already. That tells us the importance of uh, not giving importance to time. From your class also I understood. And then at the end of the class, as you mentioned, Maharaj, even in his today's class, he glorified his god brothers and god sisters today as well. And another point, at last, what did Maharaj do? Maharaj asked everyone to turn off their videos on Zoom. I was listening to them on YouTube. I was feeling so bad. Means even that association which I wanted to get, I'm not able to do it because I did not value my time. I felt that. And in today's class, again, I was given a very nice, sharp reminder that no, you are supposed to value the time that you have, and that's how things will happen for good, even in your spiritual progress. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much for sharing all your realizations. It's wonderful. I guess as a concluding note, if I can say this, mercy is flowing our way. Are we ready to consume them? Because if we go and say, Krishna, please be merciful, Krishna will laugh at you and me, saying that what are you talking about? I've already distributed them profusely. Are you able to consume them? So let us learn to consume them. Let us learn to put them. So I'm just thinking upon myself. What is the change that is going to happen in me? Oh, I'm so merciful. I was in so many footage, did so much of personal service is not the the key factor. The key factor is what am I going to do with them? That is the whole test for me. I hope I'm going to put something in use and maybe useful service. Thank you all so much. So before we close, we'll sing a small song and then we'll end the session. I'll sing a song which is many favorites, so one of these favorites. Emana durmati samsara bitare Puniya chinu ami Emana durmati samsara bitare Puniya chinu ami Tavani jajanam kono mahajane Tavani jajana kono mahajane Pataya dile tumi Pataya dile tumi Emana durmati samsara bitare Podiya chinu ami Doya kori more Patita dekiya Kuhilo amare Giya Ohe dina janam Sunabalakatam Ullasita habe Iya Ullasita habe Hiya Tomare tarite Sri Krishna Chaitanya Navadvipe avatara Tomahe na kota dinahi na jane Korile na bhava par Korile na bhava par Vedera pratigna Raki bhare tare Rukma varna viprasuta Mahaprabhu name Nadia mataya Sange bhai ava duta गंगे बाही अवधूता नंद सुत जीनी चैतन्य गोसाई निज नाम कोरी दाना कारिलो जगद तुमियो जाइया लोहो निज परित्राण लोहो निज परित्राण से काता सुनिया आशिया चीनाता तुम्हारे चरण ताले भक्ति विनोदाम कांदिया कांदिया आपन काहिनी बोले आपन काहिनी बोले हे मान दुर्मति संसार भीतरे कोदिया चिन्वामी. O Lord, such a wicked mind has brought me into this world, but one of your pure and elevated devotees has come to bring me out of it. He saw me so fallen and wretched, took pity, and came to me saying, O humbled soul, please listen to this good tiding, for it will gladden your heart. Sri Krishna Chaitanya has appeared in the land of Navadvipa to deliver you. He has safely conducted many miserable souls such as you across the sea of worldly existence. To fulfill the promise of the Vedas, the son of a Brahmana bearing the name Mahaprabhu of golden complexion has descended with his brother, the Avaduta Nityananda. Together they have overwhelmed all of Nadia with divine ecstasy. Sri Chaitanya, who is Krishna himself, the son of Nanda, has saved the world by freely distributing his own holy name. Go also and receive your deliverance. O Lord, hearing those words, Bhaktivinoda has come, weeping to the soles of your lotus feet, and tells the story of his life. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hare Hare Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Koti
Thank you
Dandavat.
so much,
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Very
Thank you
inspiring
so much
class.
for wonderful session and giving your beautiful association, Prabhuji. And we'll be,
So many realizations.
seeing for your seeking for
Hare
your
Bol.
further association, Prabhuji. Thank you. So, dear devotees, let us pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarujyascha
Kripa
Devacha
sindhu
patitanam
patitanam
pavanebhyo
pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo namo
Vaishnavebhyo
namo
namo
namah.
Anantakoti Vaishnava
Vaishnava
Devaki
Vrinda ki
Jai, Srila
jai.
Prabhupada ki Jai,
Ki
His
jai.
Grace Ramgiridhari Prabhu ki
Prabhuji ki
Jai.
Jai. Hare Bol.
Hare
Jai
Bol.
Bhagavad
Krishna
ki
Prabhuji,
Jai.
Dandavat Pranam.